All right, Shalom Makiam. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. The honors go out to the apostles, elders, great millstone, who rule and teach well. Shalom Wa Barakiam to you, brothers and sisters out there. This is Brother Malachi from the Great Millstone Nashville Camp. And Lord, one that this lesson is edifying to the hopeful elect. All right, I wanted to go into the topic of how our people reject, wisdom. They reject knowledge. They reject the truth of Yahweh Bashemel Shai. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Just in case I didn't say that last part. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out there. Especially in these times, now more than ever. The last lesson I made, going into how we need to, continue to walk in the Spirit and apply knowledge, apply the scriptures. Well, now I'm doing, essentially the opposite of that. In this lesson, discussing the opposite of that, how our people, 2/3 of our people here in America and, the rebels across the globe, they refuse to acknowledge Yahweh Bashemel Shai as their power. They refuse to accept the fact that they're Israelites and or, the correct doctrine. They want to continue to, live the way they want to live. Well, that's not how this thing works. All right. Once you bear witness to this knowledge and this truth, you either have to apply it or deny it. And both come with a reward. Applying it, of course, will come with salvation, and denying it will come with, death. All right. And the Lord, all throughout the Bible, he has told our people, seek life. All right. Matter of fact, real quick, I got one on my mind. Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16 is one of my favorite scriptures. It says, thus saith Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. Right? So our people, they don't want to follow the ways of Yahweh Bashemel Shai. Even though, like it said, you shall find rest for your souls. So our people don't want rest. Right? They want to continue to follow the ways of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. They want to continue to essentially follow after Satan. Continue to be rebellious to Yahweh Bashemel Shai, like Moses was stressing. You have been rebellious since the day I knew you. Our people are known in the scriptures for being stiff-necked, for being hard-headed, all right, for being rebellious, for being horrible listeners, right? But in the same breath, in the same sentence of them being horrible listeners, they always have that lip service. They always have that I guess you could say facade of caring about the Most High and, caring about the scriptures and doing right, but then they do the complete opposite. All right, our people are the ultimate hypocrites. Let me grab this. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. It says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I also will reject thee. Or Salakia, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. All right, so our people are destroyed. They have no sense of direction. And it's not that, here, especially today in 2025, it's not that our people don't have the availability to find out who they are, what they're supposed to be doing. The guidelines are out there. Right? You got bros doing videos every single day. Right? Bros going to camp every single weekend. So there's literally no excuse for you to continue to be walking around, especially here in Babylon, as a bug out. Truthfully speaking, there's no reason for you to continue to be eating swine and shrimp. There's no reason for you to, and more importantly, worshiping idols. All right, giving the credit of the scriptures to Jesus Christ. You shouldn't be calling on Jesus Christ in 2025. All right, you shouldn't continue to be misusing sex. You shouldn't be a mo or a les. Okay. You shouldn't be committing adultery. Which, when you look at the law, statutes, and commandments, especially the main ones that we're able to actually keep here in captivity, they're very simple. Like Yahushua said, the law hangs on these two things. Loving your neighbor as yourself, and I believe first before that he said, putting God but before everything, essentially, right? Because when you put the Most High before everything, He's in all your thoughts. You're constantly thinking about what pleases Him, what doesn't please Him. You're constantly thinking about His words, meditating on them. You're not worshiping idols. Right? You're not eating whatever you want, because you know that, first of all, the Lord wants what's best for you. So the reason why He says not to eat these certain things is because they have negative effects on your body. Okay? Because even outside of the dietary laws, you see the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai through the apostles, elders, and brothers telling us, just because you're eating within the law doesn't mean that you're eating healthy, right? Because you can eat a burger, but should you be going to Wendy's? No. Right? Now we all, have our things that we may do, and we are subject to these certain things, but you shouldn't be going to Wendy's, every day of the week. All right? Really, it's best to really just avoid it altogether. Or if you're going to eat out, me personally, I would recommend trying to stick to restaurants. Just pick up from restaurants. That's what I want to do. I don't go through drive-throughs of these fast food places. When I want to eat and I'm grabbing a bite, I'm going to order it from a restaurant. Just go pick it up when it's ready. Or really what's recommended above all, which is the best option, is cooking at the house. Having food at the crib. Because everything that's going in it, especially if you're on a strict diet plan, right? You might have allergies, or you're on a certain calorie type of diet to where you need a certain amount of protein or whatever. It's best to do it at the house. Okay, but basically the point I'm making here is the apostles and elders, they push health. Exercise. All right, eating at the house. Eating more vegetables and fruits. Making sure that you're getting your fast in, all right, which we fast first and foremost for our spirit, right? But it does, of course, yield physical benefits as well, all right? And then, Yahushua said, love your neighbors yourself, because like the golden rule, one of the golden rules that they teach us in school is, treat others how you want to be treated. So would you want another man to lay down with your wife? Would you want somebody to steal your car? Would you want somebody to, harm you? Then why would you do it to your neighbor, which is your fellow Israelite? Which, just because your neighbor is your fellow Israelite doesn't mean you should be robbing, killing heathens. All right? We don't condone any of that type of activity. Anybody saying that we do is a demon, and we do not associate with that individual. All right? We are a peaceful group. All right, all we do is teach the scriptures and tell you the prophecies that are coming to pass and are currently coming to pass right now. We don't condone any forms of violence, all right, extremism, terrorism. We don't involve ourselves in any of that. All we simply do is we go to work, at our jobs, we take care of our families, and we teach the Bible. That's all we do, right? Jake works out and might go to a bar here and there, get a drink, but we don't do nothing. All right, we don't condone any of that the violence and the picking up arm. That's not what this thing is about. All right, and we don't push that message, speaking for Great Millstone. We don't do those things. Okay, these other guys, they're on their own island. All right, what they do doesn't associate with us, and what we do doesn't associate with them. Okay, just putting that out there. Spirit was on me to say that, because pretty soon here we're going to all be bundled up, into one burrito, and Esau's going to roll on us, which is fine and dandy, but we're still going to make that separation known. All right, we don't go to Passover with ARs. Majority of us don't have a gun at all, and don't have a desire to have one. Now, it's not off to have a gun, okay, but it's definitely not wise to have one flaunting it on the camera. All right, having it at camp. Why do you have it at camp? All right, but not to get too far off topic. So let me go ahead and read this scripture. This is the first scripture I actually, I had wanted to open up with. So this is Sirach chapter 21, verse 15, going back into how our people, they reject this knowledge, this truth. They want to continue to walk around willy-nilly and do whatever they want, which ultimately is the spirit of Esau, Edom. All right. Ecclesiastes 21 and 15, it says, if a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it and add on to it. But as soon as one of no understanding heareth it, it displeaseth him, and he casteth it behind his back. That's what our people do. They reject the knowledge, all right, which I have the etymology up here for the word reject. All right, it says eject, set aside, block from inheritance, refuse to acquiesce. I've actually never seen this word in my life. Hold on one second.
Acquiesce.
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 Okay, acquiesce. Which it says accept something reluctantly but without protest. All right, which over here it said refuse to acquiesce. Let me hear it one more time.
Acquiesce.
Acquiesce. All right, so refuse to acquiesce or submit to. It says throw away, cast away, vomit. To throw back, throw away as undesirable or useless. And that's what our people do. Here it is. This is the words of life, right? This is literally the words that Yahweh Shem Shai, has given onto us, and it's even in paper and electronic form for us to look at every single day to guide us, down this straight gate to receive salvation. And our people don't want it. What could be better than this? Now, apparently there's a whole laundry list of things that's better than this truth, according to, to majority of our people. All right. And we're still trying to figure out what the hell that is, which, of course, I'm being facetious, I believe is the word for that. I'm talking shit and I'm joking. But our people seem to think that there's another way out of here and there's an alternative, because our people and all that shows is that our people really hate the Lord and they don't want to serve him. That's all that comes down to. All right, let me go ahead and get this same verse. All right, Sirach 21 in verse 15, but in the GNT. All right, it says, which the King James version is the version that we use. All right, that's the most accurate version. All right, but sometimes we go to other versions just to kind of prove, different points, and sometimes they'll use wording that hits a little more home than others. Sometimes it just varies. It depends. All right. It says, verse 15, it says, when an educated person hears something that shows insight, it stimulates his mind and leads him on to other ideas. But when someone who is satisfied with ignorance hears it, he won't like it and will forget it as soon as he can. All right, our people hate this knowledge. They reject it. I had a specific one in my mind. I got to remember. Oh, shit. Well, let me grab this. Jeremiah 6 and 19, a couple verses down from where we were before. It says, hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it. Boom. All right, we just got that word for reject. And that's what our people do, which it's important to understand. Matthew 7, right? It mentions a broad gate and a straight gate. We know the straight gate is this truth. So what is the broad gate? Well, the broad gate isn't something specific. All right. It's not a specific ideology. The broad gate is everything outside of the truth, whether it's Islam, Christianity, Judaism, atheism, hell, even the so-called truth. And I'm saying so-called because it's really not the truth if it ain't 100%. All right. Knowing you're an Israelite and all that is great. But if you're over here teaching we're in the new covenant, well, you're walking down the broad gate. Okay? It's important to understand that and keep that in mind. This is actually a good one. Because we don't debate, right? So we understand Romans 11 and 7. You know, the election hath obtained it and the rest were blinded. So if you don't understand this truth, you're just not meant to get it. Because it's ultimately a predestination thing. And just because you understand the truth doesn't mean you're part of the elect, right? We have to make our calling and election sure, right? We have to endure unto the end. But we don't go back and forth with people. If you don't believe, you don't believe, man. Ain't got nothing to do with us, you know. Like one of the beloved brothers in the camp always says, I know where I'm going to be at Saturday. You know, Yahweh Ratazah, right? Meaning what the brother's talking about is he's going to be at camp, right? He's going to be serving the Lord. And that's all we can really do and talk about here, because all we can do is speak for ourselves. You know, I can't say this man or that man's going to do his videos or pray or fast. All I can control, so to speak, is what goes on within my mind, you know, my body. All right, so Titus chapter 3, verse 10, it says, a man that is an heretic after the first and second admonition reject. So if somebody doesn't get it, well, then we're moving on. We're not going to continue to, I believe Elder High Priest Yaquab said that if a nigga don't get it, then we're moving on. We're not going to continue to go back and forth with you. Either you get it or you don't, right? Because at the end of the day, the elect are going to receive the knowledge. They're going to apply it to their life. So if you can't understand these things, it's because the Spirit didn't reveal it onto you, right? The seals were loosed. Yahweh Shai loosed the seals, and the understanding is in the earth. But that doesn't mean everybody's going to understand, all right? So it's just something I wanted to bring out real quick, you know, just to kind of go with that other lesson I did yesterday, you know, but on the flip perspective. So Lord, when that this lesson was edifying, before I close, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakha HaKodash, double honors to the apostles. That was great millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopefully elect. Shalom.